Hi, hello. So for today's video, I'm going to try to make a 2D Vtuber model. I never tried to do this before, mostly because I knew it was going to be horrible to draw this out. I was right, by the way. I did have fun learning all the new stuff to make it, how to make the little doll parts and the logistics of making the mouth and the eyes. That was pretty fun, but it still sucked a lot. So yeah. But before I start talking about this video, there is something I do need to mention. If you are not subscribed, you should subscribe. If you like my art and you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. If you are subscribed, you should like and share this video and comment. I dare you to comment. And my commissions are open. I'm gonna try to advertise this out more to my channel because I've made $0 so far, and I think it's because I'm not advertising it enough. So my commissions are open. Website's in my description. You can look at my prices there. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my shilling now that I'm done. Another thing I should mention, this is part 1 of 2 videos. Part 2 is probably not going to come out for a hot minute because part 2 is going to be me rigging this thing, and I don't want to do that right now. So for this drawing process, I originally drew this when I was sketching. I basically, when I was sketching it, I planned out what parts I was going to cut out in the sketch, but because I was still trying to design what I wanted my little VTuber model to look like, I wanted them to be different from my other self, because since this isn't drawn over and over again or animated, I have the liberty to make this a little more detailed. So I did. It didn't help, I recently watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners and I was like, I want my character to look like that. So it's very unnoticeable, but I took inspiration on that with the top to make it more have lines, cool lines in it. So you can see in the top, but they're not very noticeable because I still wanted it to be recognizable as the top I've always been rocking since day 1, which is the light green one. Overall, this was an interesting process. I did resketch after the first sketch because the first sketch I confused myself and I didn't really know what I wanted to do for the design, and so I deleted it and I redrew it, and I ended up breaking up the parts in the line art. And if you're gonna try this yourself, I don't recommend taking advice from me because I barely knew what I was doing and I might have messed up severely. I don't know, but if you want to take any advice from me, this is what I heard from the people giving the tutorials, which is, if you want more control when you're rigging a model, add more layers with more sections on it so you can have more control. So for me, there are places where I didn't separate my layers too crazy because I didn't exactly desire control. I just wanted to be, because I realized the more layers I had, the more confused I would be when I'm rigging it. So I tried to make it as few as possible. I have a layer or a folder for each leg, a folder for the top part of my body, a folder for my face, and then a folder for each of my facial features, a folder for the front of my hair, the back of my hair, my ears, and my little ahoge, and then a folder for the sweater, a folder for the arms, and a folder for the front part of the tail and the back part of the tail, and then a folder for the belt. That's all I did. You could go way more into detail. I could have animated individually. I could have cut out individually every part of the back part of my hair, but I didn't because that sounds like a nightmare. So when it comes to doing that, I picked and chose my battles when I was dividing this thing up. I also picked and chose my battles when I was drawing this thing, because under the sweater, the big part that's covering the front, the Miss Miwa model is an anatomical nightmare, but I just needed it to where if the sweater went up, you wouldn't see the void. So I just kind of drew lines and was okay with it. So I picked my battle there because I didn't want to be bothered with it, fight with it, be sad about it. So I just, yeah. Also, because this is a VTuber model, I did go way more into detail with it. I also went way more into detail with the upper body rather than the lower body, because the upper body, because if I like do a video or if I stream or something in the future, if I stream in the future, the part that's going to be seen the most is a upper body. So realistically, the best thing for me to do is to draw really only the upper body. It would be more realistic for me to put more detail into the upper body. I did go all the way down to mid-thigh on the model because I just wanted that flexibility. I didn't want a weird cutoff on my legs, so I used my tail to cover the legs, so it wasn't like a weird like cutoff. My dog just opened the door and looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, never mind, you're recording. I'm sorry." Sorry, I just had to add that. So I used the tail to cover up the two front part legs so you wouldn't see like the weird like sausage cutoffs, because I didn't want that. Another thing is when I did the tail, if your character has a tail, I divided mine into two parts so that I could like move my tail in like a wagging sort of motion where it could go like up and down and like kind of move a little bit. I don't know tail logistics when rigging. I'm gonna learn, but that's what I did. I did the two parts so the tail could move up and down a little bit. I didn't want too much movement because it would show off the leg cut off really fast, and then like the illusion would break and reality would be broken. So I don't want it to move too much, but for it to move a little bit, that was nice. Overall, this was a very this wasn't a fun process. I honestly don't recommend this. I just thought it would be interesting to do as an experiment, because I've just been bored. I don't know. I don't like, honestly, I love my 3D model, and I don't know why I did this. Maybe I like torturing myself, because this was not fun, because because when you're doing this, you're thinking of right now, and you're thinking of the future at the same time. And usually with a drawing, you're just thinking about the right now, because you could always fix it later. And I know you could fix this model later, but you're also trying to think, this thing is going to move. Left, right, up, down, the diagonals, the whole, like, shebang. Trying to, like, make sure that everything moves right. And making sure, like, there's not going to be any glitching, there's not going to be any open space. I'm not even sure if I left enough room for the neck. I'm scared I didn't. I hope I left enough room for the neck. Same thing with the rest of the body. I'm scared there's going to be the parts of the void showing, and I really hope that's not the case. I'm pretty sure it is, though. So overall, this was an interesting process. I don't know. It was interesting. It was fun to learn these new things. It was stressful to like smack everything together, though. Nightmare fuel. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this far. If you did, there will be a part 2 of me rigging this thing, so you can watch me suffer more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, if you liked this video, you should subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.